What's happening in Lake Tahoe? Make sure you tune in the Tahoe Tonight Show each and every evening. It's interview-based, so see if you see any of your friends on there letting you know what's going on in your community. That's right, 5, 8, and 11 o'clock every single night. Join moi.
Mike's here from Crystal Basin Winery, and it looks like you brought a bunch of blueberries in. What?
Yeah, it's all kinds of great stuff today. We've got the sample of Sierra, and so
you're here for that.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of stuff going on today. Then I'm at Idle Hour later tonight.
At which?
So at Idle Hour, the new tasting room. It's sort of right in one of your neighbors right here.
Yeah.
Beautiful spot to taste wine in the evening. Oh my God, yeah.
Well, and so for you to come up from the western slope up here to the Sierras. I mean, we're neighbors, really.
Well, we're in the same county.
Yeah, that's true.
We share more than just a zip code or part of a zip code. And what we want is people to recognize that on the way down to Sacramento, on the way down to your run to Costco, there's a lot to see down there. There's Placerville. There's 18 wineries on our road, Todd.
I know.
Can you believe that?
And you were pointing out to me, I didn't realize this, all the wineries as you go down Highway 50 are on the north side of the road.
Are all on the north side.
Yeah.
And then you've got Apple Mountain Golf Course there. And so there's also Apple Hills is just swinging into season. So I happened to have somebody stop by with 120 pounds of blueberries yesterday.
What the hell are you going to do with 120 pounds? I mean, just give them away?
It's not enough to make wine out of it.
Right.
So, and I've never made blueberry wine, so I was tempted. But I didn't do it. I bought a bunch of them, so we're going to give them away today at Sample the Sierra.
So 30 pounds of blueberries is not enough to make wine, or is it because you're making such a large volume?
It's 120, because what you need then is smaller little containers that have a tendency to break.
Right, I got you.
And I don't know enough about blueberries. I like to eat them.
Yeah, exactly.
They're antioxidants, Todd.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. I love it that you brought in wine in a bag, because I mean, maybe talk a little bit. I mean, it's obviously convenient for taking into the backcountry. I'm always amazed how much wine's actually in one of those bags.
1.5 liters.
But talk about it, because it preserves it in a natural way as well.
Yeah, it's a very simple tool in that when the air or the wine goes out of it, no air gets back in. And so what makes the wine age in your refrigerator or on the counter is the air in there.
Right.
And without that, then these will last a while. So we've seen people really like them for boating and RV.
Yeah.
People like them on the ski lift, but don't try to finish one yourself, please.
Well, how much wine is in one of those things? It always blows me away.
2 bottles.
2 bottles per bag.
1.5 liters.
Now, is there a reason? I mean, like, it's interesting because I've watched. I mean, you're in the business, so I ask you. Like, I've noticed now, like, we're seeing more screw tops on wine, which seem. I think we all love it. It's convenient when you go like, oh, just unscrew it. Why aren't you? If it does such a good job of keeping the air out, why aren't we just seeing more wine in those bags?
The bags are still new, I guess, and tied to tradition. The tradition is with the cork.
Right.
And what you're seeing, the screw caps are a convenient way to get it done also.
Yeah.
A lot of wine is made to be consumed quickly.
Right.
Why put a cork in it?
Right.
A cork and a cap costs about 40 cents or so, 45 cents.
Right.
And then you throw those things out. Now, the cork is biodegradable, but most of the time the tin is rare metal.
Right.
And so that is slowly going to go away. I mean, you're seeing wine in cans now.
Right.
And so there's a certain age group that won't buy that at all, and there's a certain age group who they just want something tasty, fun, and now.
So it's just the change. I mean, the wine is as good in the bag, but as you're saying, it's just people making that change to it.
Well, that in a cork allows the wine to age naturally. There's some oxygen exchange through it. There's no oxygen coming through this.
Right.
Here's a rosé. This is our Rocket Man Red that it has a long trajectory over the palate and an explosive finish.
I love it. Hey, so but it was interesting. I was talking to you during the break, and just getting that whatever you call the display on the front of the bag. You had to go through. First off, you have to go through it for any kind of label you put on, right? But this was extra.
If you're going to use a label in interstate commerce, you have to go through the TTB, Trade and Tax Bureau.
Okay.
And they apply the rules to what you can put on labels.
Sure.
No health claims. For instance, you can't use a national flag of another country. There's a number of rules that are out there. And then, of course, this one had to go through some extra steps because it was a a little bit unusual to see a communist dictator on a bag of wine, but it makes me a good capitalist.
So to be clear, you got you're making money off the you're being a capitalist off the communists.
It's a good way to do it.
Oh, God bless you.
You know, well, somebody's got to.
Yeah, and you're just leaving here and going straight over to sample the Sierra?
Yeah, I'm actually going to go to Edgewood for a moment and meet with the folks there. I'm really excited that it would be paired with them.
Oh yeah.
You know, because that's the 800-pound gorilla of food and wine. It's great stuff.
Mike, it's awesome. Great to have you in here. Go see Mike over at the Sample the Sierras today, Crystal Basin Vineyards. We'll take a break and be back with your forecast.